Coming up, bit of a side view. There's the new James Bond, some sort of mix-up, kind of offshore. The island ownership, just looking for my own name in a previous life.
There's a dead bird. Can I survive the night?
They continue to use Coldie for means of prayer.
This place is pretty cool. This place would be really spooky if... Bit of a late morning, but I don't know what time it is, probably about midday, maybe 12:30. Just making my way to the boat trip to Coldie Island. This thing's open as well, this little island here. I think you might have to get a ticket or something. Yeah, it's in low tide, you can walk to it. But there's some people sort of stood in the bottom there, so I do want to go and have a look. The island in question is called St. Catherine's Island and Fort, and it is now open to the public. Boarding my trusty vessel. There will be a video of me exploring that part of the coastline at night coming after this one. Bit of a side view. I mean, there's no denying that this was possibly the most fun part, but I do really love a boat ride. Goodbye mainland. Hello Monk Island. There's the new James Bond. And that's the visitors going back in the opposite direction on a similar sort of boat. I do remember there was a little bit here where we had to wait for about 15 minutes or so. There was some sort of mix-up and we were kind of offshore. Coldie Island was part of the Welsh coastline until the ice melted during the last ice age, separating it by what is now the seawater covering the Carmarthen Plain. Archaeological evidence suggests the island was populated during this time, and also after the island separated from the mainland about 10,000 years ago, during the Romano, British and Celtic Christian periods. Yeah, it says the last boat is at 5 o'clock, so I've got about 4 hours. Gonna wander around the main touristy bit first, and then maybe go to the beach just before I go back, so go and find a cup of tea maybe. Check out some of the birds that are on this island. I swear it says you can see a puffin, but I'm not sure. It's a monastery here, so I know that that's what this big building is in front of me, but I don't really know much else about it, to be honest. Obviously it's probably a privately owned island. Fallen tree. The island became known as Innis Beer, or Pyro's Island, in the 6th century. By the 10th century, it is believed the Celtic settlement may have abandoned the island due to Viking raids. I come back and explore this bit on the way back round. Although somehow managed to miss the chocolate factory and went the other way. The island is only about 1.5 miles in length. I think that's a lighthouse light that you can probably see from over in Abbey. My new camper van project. What do you reckon? Bit of a clean up? There's a little map at the bottom here that actually shows you roughly where various landmarks are ahead. The Gower, Devon, Lundy and Old Castle Head. The island ownership was granted to Robert Fitz-Martin during the reign of Henry I, which included possession down to the low water mark. This is unique for the UK, as the Crown owns all other coastline between the high and low water mark, meaning Coldy Island is technically completely private. That was like I don't know what it was actually. I was going to say you could snipe through there, but... Just looking for my own name in a previous life. Don't know. Might just sit here and have my lunch. Seems like appropriate. The sort of weird, dank, concrete thing. It's very quiet here though, which is good. Yeah, I might have a quick look in the museum on the way back. Last boat at 5, so as long as I don't miss that, otherwise it's going to turn into a can I survive the night video on an island. No. With like no tent or like food and that. Probably. It's like the 2nd of September, it's probably not going to be super cold, is it? Just looking to do a thumbnail for this video. Probably not the best background. Just going on another hiking trail. Yeah, I don't know how far I'll go down here, but we'll have a look. Apparently you can see seals and things down there. I'll believe it when I seal it. Yeah, that didn't help. Yeah, you can see a puffin. Didn't even realise they were real. Black swan. It's like the path goes all the way over to the... I was going to say peninsula, but then I've been saying peninsula quite a lot recently. The pointy part. There were several of these spectacular beaches I noticed on my way round to the pointy part of the island. Let's have a look. Some sort of old building remains. I feel like my body is starting to work with me today. I feel a bit more alright with all this walking, so that's good. Don't know if you can hear any of this. I honestly think it's the temperature. It's a lot cooler today, it's a nice breeze. It just makes everything so much easier. Apart from my bad toe, it's probably from inappropriate footwear. But I'm just hoping that that's going to resolve itself. Yeah, it's just the perfect weather for this today. I'm loving this walk. This is great. Oh, I'm kind of intrigued to see what the other side looks like, because I'm pretty sure you'd be pretty close to the mainland coast. Like, I'm sure you can just swim across it. It's much closer than the route we took in the boat earlier. I saw a car back there. How did that get here? It'd be quite cool. I like the idea of having a car in like a really remote island, so you can just drive down the bottom of the lane and back, just, you know, to carry stuff. It's quite big actually. It doesn't look it on the map, but when you're going to walk a circumference, which I'm not going to complete, I don't think. Annoyingly, that does look pretty cool, and I do want to go and have a closer look, but I also want to go and have another look at the church. So it's whether I'm going to have time to do, or whether it loops around, because that looks like the monastery over there, so maybe it's like a circuit. Okay, yeah, I mean you could swim it, but it is further out than it looks. Because that beach looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Just over the top there. Well, there's a dead bird, so I've claimed its roost. It's a pretty dramatic landscape. Wasn't expecting it, because it's not very high up. It's the only beach around here where there's no one else on it. So, got my swim in. Alright for a couple of days now. It almost looks like it's been painted, that grass, doesn't it? No. We're heading further out to that point over there, right in the far southwest corner of Wales. Next. Those trees are quite pretty. That's the bench that I kind of wish that I hadn't used for my lunch. Alright mate. Just birding about. Oh, there's a couple of black swans there as well. As shown by the 2 pixels just to the left. It's a rather quaint barn. This walk through the farm area was a little bit like going back in time. Very quiet. old bits of machinery lying around. I did a little walk around of what I think is called St Illtyd's Church and the surrounding kind of buildings and outhouses. Don't remember all of this. Let's have a little wander inside. Monasticism returned to Coldey in the 12th century and remained until the dissolution of monasteries in England and Wales was ordered by Henry VIII in 1536. The island was then used by various private owners for farming and quarrying until 1906, when it was bought by Anglican Benedictines. They constructed the Abbey and restored St David's Church. The island was then sold to the Cistercian order in 1925 and is currently occupied by successors of this order. They continue to use Coldey for means of prayer, study and work, continuing Coldey's long monastic heritage. The more I looked, the more I figured I was just about done, and then I'd turn another corner and find a spiral staircase, or a line of houses and a small garden. Seems like there was lots of surprises. Oh, I just found an outside part here. Little garden area. I'm basically claiming it as mine. It's a really nice building, despite the slight dilapidation. So, got a couple of hours left. Go and have a quick look in the monastery. It's really nice here. I think these are lilies down here. Just completely winging it at this point. Tried to paint this once. Maybe I'll put a photo in the video, like from stood over there. I think I did paint it actually. I went off this photo here and ended up with something like this. Oh, it's probably a sundial, but looks like something was there. It's been taken off for some reason. They were running late. Any ideas? It's another outhouse. Don't know what these are for. Like giant kind of discs with like a hole in the middle. Must have been used for, I don't know, maybe some kind of cooking or something. Giant disking. Maybe you'd heat up something like a fire in them. In the middle maybe. It's probably complete. Not that. I mean, it says the old mill, so that's probably for milling grain then. I don't know. Episode 1 of The Mill Whisperer. This place would be really spooky if there was no people here. Old mill. What's this over here? I'll be honest, this place is pretty cool. I just didn't think that there was going to be this much stuff here. It's like a little nature reserve, and yeah, the church and the surrounding buildings. You've got the monastery, you've got the beach and, that coastline. Lighthouse, museum apparently. Then you've got the beach. There's too much to do. It was weird because I sort of thought, there's probably only a couple of things there and I'll sort of be there for an hour or two and then be done. But I'm still going. So, yeah, probably worth a trip. Like, who doesn't love a boat ride? Did have a quick look in the museum, and there's a little collection of fossils and various artefacts.
Yeah, just finishing up by chilling on the beach. I didn't go and have a look at the chapels in the end because, I don't know, it's like up a hill and I'd sort of run out. So that's it. Don't know how windy it is, but I've got to go and try and get rid of my wastewater later. So, and then decide where I'm going to park tonight because I've moved now. And so I decided to make the journey back to the mainland. One last look at my forbidden rock. So, yeah, so just heating up some food. As long as there's no issues, I'm going to stay here tonight. I've just put it on the ramp so it's a bit more level. It's fairly quiet. And I've got like a really small amount of internet. It's really slow, but it's like enough to check messages and emails and stuff. So that's all I need really. And then a sort of a plan. I look really greasy. I might just like have a wash and wash my hair tonight actually. In the sink. Yeah, so it's really nice actually. It's like the third day that I've spent here. Third night, I mean. So I might just go and chill on the beach. Watch the sunset in about an hour. It's pretty much perfect. So hopefully there's no problems later. If you enjoyed this episode, and indeed the series so far, then please do consider hitting the subscribe button, as it would really help me out.